Saturday morning. I've been doing this for a whole week, apart from one day. That's gone quickly and it's been fun. And thank you so much for all the good wishes about me being poorly. It's lovely that people actually bother to, send good wishes and get well soon, which is wonderful. I'm feeling a lot better again today. A bit of a cough, but nothing too much, and a bit bunged up, but nothing really. Hannah, who's also been poorly, but with a stomach bug, is also feeling better. So I think I can take the sign off the front of the house that says unclean. It's not really there, just in case anyone's worried. What else? So today I was aiming to do show and tell with some knitting and some weaving. The weaving probably won't be till a little bit later because I am, sorry, I don't know what that is beeping. It shouldn't be the Instant Pot. Ah, that's it, the pressure's built up and it's beeping. I'm not quite used to it yet, so sorry about that. Yeah, the weaving, we'll hope that the phone stand I've ordered will come through at a decent time. I've got Mum and Dad coming up this afternoon, so if they are conducive to that, which may or may not work, I might take a bit of footage and introduce you to them. And that's it then. And I think tonight might be Christmas movie night again. Not sure which one yet. Might be Deck the Halls. I love Deck the Halls. The best bit is that Kristen Chenoweth is in it. And I absolutely love her. And the bit at the end when she sings, and it's one of those warm fuzzy ones. And also slapstick humour. You gotta love slapstick humour. There's been some really rubbish Christmas movies lately. There's a new one, isn't there, coming up? What's it called? Last Christmas, the music of Wham and George Michael. So I think we're going to go and see that. At least Hannah and I are with some friends. I don't know whether Joe will be up for that, but I'll let you know what that's like. I love Christmas movies, as I've already said to you. So yeah, so we'll do a bit of knitting and see what else comes up during the day, really. So I will go, and I've got to do some tidying as well. If I'm going to show you my craft room, might do it before and after because it is woefully messy. So we'll do that and see how the day goes. Okay, quick bit of domesticity here. I'm cleaning the leather settee in the kitchen. As you know, it is adopted by, I was just going to jump then, the hounds as their own. And I'm cleaning it down. Can we just take a moment? Now, just look at this. Look. Really? This? That's my hand. How can they say that's a large wipe? Bah. Anybody out there, children of the 80s? Yeah, of course you are. Do you remember Phil Oakey, Human League? Look at this. Look. Don't you want me, baby? Yeah, no, it's not going to happen, is it? But this isn't me being super funky trend-delicious. This is what happens. I have a lot of hair, as you can see. Oh, swish, swish. And my hairdresser cuts it so that this bit here is kind of longer and layered, because she said it's really trendy if you put it up and then you have that bit like that. So this is my craft room. Well, this is the desk, which I've just tidied, and they're the bits of knitting I'm going to talk about. We've got a rainbow wall hanging. Then we've got the weaving, which you've seen. under here we've got my looms, and then there's a box, that one there is a box of frame looms I'm keeping hold of for a possible class I'm going to teach. Under here we've got a whole, you can't really see them very well, a whole load of blankets for the Socks on the Beach charity knit along that I need to deliver. You know who that is. Then we've got my heddle stand that Gary made me. And then my bookcase, oh dear, can't really get that in very well, can you? And then my yarn and books. My yarn stash is there. And yes, there is yarn in those cubbies as well. So that's it. And then I have my little lost socks, which I think Kelly Lay Family Yarn, she's got one up in her shop. Oh, and that's Gary's little area. I suppose I have to give him a little area to work in, haven't I? Okay, my stretchy bendy army thing has arrived, but it's a little bit wobbly. So if I'm wobbling, hopefully it'll stop in a minute. Might take me a little bit of playing to get used to this, but at least I can record. The dogs are chewing bones because, you know, keep them quiet, famous last words. So I apologise about the background noise. Perhaps I had to speak up a little bit just in case they drown us out, and I don't want to have to record all this again. So I talked about my nurture sweater for Hannah. My next thing on the needles, which I showed if you saw the one for last Saturday for our knit night I was working on, is that. Yeah. So that's Arboreal by Jen Steingass, who is, I think, yeah, Knit Love Wool on Ravelry. I've got a picture of that. I mean, to be honest, what I've knit is pretty much, oh yeah, you don't get to see anymore. But it is super pretty. It's one of her earlier patterns, which I really liked. And I bought this yarn. This is John Arbon. They're Colour by Numbers yarn. And it's so soft. It's a Falkland Merino. I think it's organic as well. It's so soft. It's going to be really warm. And look, I'm not that far off. I think I've just got to the, I've decreased for the waist shaping, and I think I've just got to start increasing. But it's absolutely so soft. I keep saying that. I'm hoping to have that done by December, but I think that might be a bit optimistic. But yeah, it was the John Arbon Knit by Numbers double knitting, which I bought at Unravel about 3 or 4 years ago now, with the aim of knitting a different sweater. Never did, because it was, I don't know, I suddenly went off the colour, so it sat in my stash for ages. And then I just decided to knit on it, and I'm so pleased with this. It's so lovely. The other thing I've got, oh, this is a bit like a podcast, isn't it? Is another finished object actually that I made. I was obviously having a bit of an Andrea Mowry moment. So at Edinburgh Yarn Festival this year, I went up, it was probably going to be a once only, so I treated myself to some Spin Cycle yarn, which is that super expensive, but we won't get into that. And I wanted to make the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry, and I have made it. So, but I need to sew it together. It's a bandana style cowl, and it doesn't go together the way you would imagine. So that needs to be, I finished it. It's all the slipped stitches, very much like the same pattern she uses in the Nurtured sweater. But obviously the nice thing about Spin Cycle is that it graduates in colour. People say gradiates. I'm not sure, that doesn't sound right to me. But anyway, it changes colour. So that needs to be sewn up. And I need to get my act together with that because I finished it in the summer and now of course I can start wearing it. Although, if you remember, my new favourite cowl is this. So this is, again, using slip stitches. I'm not sure how the colour is going to go on all of this. I'm a newbie at all of this. So this is the Snuggle Down Cowl by Jules, who is So Sweet Violet. And I love it. Oh, in my eye, a bit of fluff. I absolutely love it. And my plan is, the reason I'm showing you this again, oh, Jules, your wool wash smells lovely. It could be your perfume, because actually this was yours, wasn't it? And I stole it. Oh my goodness, look at that. I want to make one for a friend of mine. And the reason Jules gave me this, or the reason I was trying it on in the first place, was to see if the Suri alpaca, or the floof as I think it's generally called, is better for your skin, or better on your skin than mohair. I don't like the feel of mohair on my skin. Scratchy isn't the right word, but it's kind of irritating. I tried on Jules's cowl and it was just, it's lovely and it's so warm. So when I was up at Tribe last weekend, I bought this. So it's Qing Fibre, the Bedrock collection, Melted Suri it's called, and it's 60%, 65% baby Suri alpaca, 25% merino, 10% silk. Don't tell anyone I'm knitting with silk, please. I don't knit with silk. I'm ethically opposed to that. But I really want to knit this cowl and it's a gift for a friend. So I've kind of bent my rule there. Anyway, this is in the dust colourway. It's a real soft peach, and I was thinking a pinette. You hold it double, and I was thinking a pinette together with that, or that. The friend I'm knitting it for wants pastel. She's a pastel girl. This one is definitely more peach, more fitting. And I think the alpaca over these will fade them a little bit. So that's what I'm thinking. Either that, or I can use minis underneath this and do like Jules did on here, but I don't know. I love this one. This is Holiday Cheer. So this is last year's Christmas colourway from Debbie down Sheepy Lane. So, and when I start that, they will go in my bag. Container. Now, my time is telling me that it's 7 minutes. So, without turning this into a podcast, I'm going to have to sign off. Perhaps I'll do a bit. I've got some more knitting I'd like to share with you, but perhaps I'll do some more tomorrow. Either that, or I might do a one-off podcast with some projects and things. Not sure. In the meantime, now you see Henry's got in the picture. Always gets him. I'll have my cup of tea from in my beautiful mug, and I'm now going to wait for my mum and dad to arrive.